Ah, you know what time it is, and this week it's our favorite part of the Expresso show where we teach you how to master your kitchen and how to beat the kitchen code, how to hack the system and save some time or money or maybe even both. Now that's right, you know what we're talking about, it's kitchen hacks, and to help us with these hacks, it's Clem Chef, and oh, if you didn't know already, it's the Culinary Hotline, bling! Tick, tick, tick! Yes! Clem Chef!
The Clem Chef thing is sticking. I still can't remember the call that they called in.
Remember the first call that we had? And they were like, Clem Chef, I'm so happy to meet you. We're doing more than that.
That caller also said, hello, Clem Chef, and hello, Chef Ryle. So
Chef Ryle, yeah.
I was like, mix.
I'm just happy I made it in the world of chefing, yeah.
Right here next week.
Hall of Fame. So obviously, if you guys have any questions for Chef Clem on all things in the kitchen, or you need help getting out of those sticky, foodie situations, then you can call us right now. Here's the phone. It's 021-110-552. What's happening, by the way?
Okay, so this happened to me, and I was like, we need to talk about this in the kitchen. So, you know you can do spring cleaning in your home?
Yes.
Okay? One of the things
Spring is here, by the way, right? Yes, it is.
Guys, I'm not ready.
I was still deep in July, deep in winter.
And now it's like, the sun's up already, and it's okay. But
Help us spring.
One of the most important things to do is to also, when you do a spring clean, redo your cupboards, redo your freezers, redo everything. By decluttering all those things and having more order in it, you're able to kind of manage things better. You'll properly manage what's happening in your kitchen. And then you'll actually be able to use the appliances you have in your kitchen to its maximum potential. Okay. And one of the things that we have in our kitchen that is like the ultimate time saver, cost saver is our freezer. But we don't use it for like we can.
Freezer save you time. It takes so long to freeze.
I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so let's start off by talking about rice. Okay.
Okay.
Rice is like it's the base of so many. I mean, not the base, but I mean we serve it. It's the most common side we have with meals. The thing is, reality, this is Africa. Load shedding does happen. You can have quick solution, maybe reheat a dish in the microwave, you know, that you had last night, but now you don't have rice. This is an amazing, amazing hack. Cook your rice. Okay. Next time I make rice, make a double batch. Okay. Make a triple batch.
Yeah, why not? Make it for the whole week, why not?
Make it for, just make it, because what you're gonna do is get your little Ziploc bag, get your cooked rice and put it in the bag. Okay. Okay? And then, very important, maybe, okay, you would normally just label it first. Label it first, then put the rice in.
How often have you had that in your home when you open up like the ice cream bucky and I'm waiting for my Rocky Road ice cream and it's soup.
That's so funny because we didn't practice that. We just knew it was going to be soup. Man. It's the worst. At least it's not knitting needles. Yeah. Also, like, why is it? Okay, so you get your rice in the bag. What you need to do is you want to press it down nice and flat. The reason you want to press it down nice and flat is because if you can lay everything in your freezer and everything's flat, you can pack more in there. Whereas if you have this in a bowl.
Speaking about efficiency, there we go. I like that.
So it freezes, and it freezes in that flat shape. When you do need it, because the Ziploc bag is sealed in the top, okay, pop it in the microwave for like a minute, and it comes out fluffy, warm, as if you just made it. This hack is something that I live by, because this is also great for like a quick dinner, fried rice. Fried rice needs rice that's been made like the day before, something like that. This is the perfect texture. It lasts in your freezer for so long.
Live on rice. I don't know why I'm not doing this.
Absolutely.
I've been sleeping on the bag, man.
Sleeping on the bag. Okay, again, label it. So that's the date that's on there. Because you won't know. You'll get there and you'll be like, oh, and actually, no, it's like 2012. Which probably maybe still gonna be okay, but just label everything.
Quick question on that note. How long does rice last for?
It'll last about a year.
Really?
So another thing is very important. You want to pack things that you're planning to keep for a very long time in the back of your freezer. Okay. Don't forget about it. But the reason is, if you open the freezer for ice, whatever, there's a great temperature change in the front. You don't want to change the temperature of the things that you're putting in the back of the freezer that you're planning on keeping for like...
Another young tip coming through there. I love that. So then obviously if you're making, or you've just made the best rice ever, then rather put it deep at the back. Right. Because you want to bring that out for next Christmas or...
Oh, for sure.
It's something that good, right?
For sure. Talking about Christmas. Yeah. Okay, it's not a very South African thing because our South African Christmases are very hot.
Yeah, we braai and do random things, yeah.
But like, you know, Americans, they do gravy with it. But if you have gravy at home and you have leftovers, this is a thing, okay? Same thing. Pop it in a little baggie and freeze it. Don't forget to label it. Those things come in handy so many times. If you have a bland stew that's just not hitting that point, a little bit of that gravy in there's all it needs to take it up to the next level. Oh, man, talking about gravy, soups, stews, all these things. They can be
Is
frozen.
that a frozen? This is
Frozen
so smart.
tomato soup.
I have like bowls and buckies in the freezer, wasting space. This is
Wasting
brilliant.
space.
This is brilliant.
That's the thing. So if you end up freezing it super, super thin like this, you can just imagine how many layers of things you'll just be able to stack in the freezer.
I'm just thinking like if I had a big family and I'm like, okay, who wants soup? And I'll just be like,
Just
yo,
throw it at
Johnny,
the-
yo,
Woof.
Peter, yo. It's just like,
And then they get it, they're like, what did they do with it? You're like, hey, that's all I got from the Culinary
it's a
Hotline. What do we do
suck,
now? But seriously, because you've frozen it so flat, okay, think about it. Icebergs, we're talking a lot about it today.
Yeah.
If it's one big solid mass, it's going to take forever to melt. Whereas if it's a thin layer, it's going to defrost.
Surface area.
It's going to defrost. It's already starting to
there we
defrost.
go.
Honestly, it's been here for like not even 5 minutes. And it's already like going, okay, that's that. Carrots and onions. You have no idea how much vegetables we waste every single. I'm putting my hand up there. It happens to me too. Okay, like honestly. Wastage is a serious factor in South Africa. What you're going to do is, when it comes to your vegetables, if things are beginning to look a little sad,
Yeah.
okay, dice them and then freeze them. These are carrots and onions. Another thing happens, because you've diced your onions already, you're not going to cry twice when you bring it out. Something happens when it's frozen. It kind of like takes away that pungency.
Smart.
Carrots and onions, celery, your whole mirepoix, freeze it.
And I
We
won't
still have
cry.
time.
Hey,
Oh, we have a phone call.
hey, sure, I always get nervous when I got to answer this. Answering a random stranger. All right, let's do this, guys. Culinary Hotline Bling, how may I help you? This is Clem Chef's assistant.
Assistant.
Good morning, Chef Ned. Good
How are
morning,
you?
Ryan.
Good morning. Who may I ask is speaking?
Cecilia.
Good morning, Cecilia. How are you doing this morning? I think you are all the way from Cape Town, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Welcome to the kitchen. What is your culinary conundrum for Clem Chef?
I struggle with my filling for my milk tarts.
Okay. So you're talking about the milk
Oh,
tart, yeah?
Is there something that's happening when you're making it, something that's going wrong, something that's making you feel like you need a bit of advice with your milk tart? What's happening when you make it?
I do need advice. It just doesn't come right. I don't know if I want to get my custard or the little milk.
What?
So it sounds like she's wanting to get that.
Custard and little flour that can be left in my milk.
All right, so I think it's like she's trying to get the filling to set a bit better and get it
Okay.
right. It's not currently doing that.
Okay.
It's a little bit runny. How do we get it right, Clem?
I'm gonna do this so quickly. The part that sets a milk tart is actually the eggs. What you can do is you can up the amount of eggs that you're adding to it, especially your egg yolks. That's what sets it. That's what gives it its texture. So your chances are you maybe too much sugar in there, not enough eggs. Keep the amount of sugar that you've got, add a little more eggs to it. I hope that was the answer.
All right, Celia, I hope that helps you all the way from Cape Town. Add some eggs into that batter. If it's getting a bit too runny, that's going to get it to bind, that's going to get it to thicken up, and that's going to get you the first part of this culinary hotline bling. Ching, ching, ching. We'll see you later for a little bit more of this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, welcome back, beautiful souls. We're still live right here on S3, opening up and serving you with all the tips that you need when it comes to your culinary conundrums or any of the kitchen issues that you might have. Because why? It's the Culinary Hotline Bling! Ching, ching, ching! And
Was
it's
that loud? Was that loud?
Well, it wasn't loud enough. Let's do it again. It's the Culinary Hotline Bling!
Ching, ching, ching!
Yeah!
better.
That's how you
That
do
was
it,
better.
Clem. All right, so we were doing something epic, such beautiful space-saving tips that you came through in that first segment, which I've already adopted. I've already slid something in the fridge and the freezer. So
Did you?
what are we
Cool.
doing next? We're still carrying on with that because we've got something that I think is really cool. The fact that we can obviously do something.
It's called. It's called.
Is it call?
It's called.
Let's do this. Culinary Hotline Bling. This is Clem Chef's assistant. How may I help you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Who may I ask is calling?
It's Shirley from Choke Plain.
Good morning, Shirley. What's your culinary conundrum for Chef Clem today?
I'm loving your presence so far because it's all about freezing and that. So I was thinking, what is the best recipe you can make stop that I
Stop.
can also put in my freezer?
I like that question. So the thing about, I always see this recipe that say use a chicken carcass when you're making stock. When last have you seen a chicken carcass? I mean, like, no. So what I like
We've moved on, you say, eh?
Yeah, no.
Just by the way, sorry for any viewer that didn't hear that. We're talking about making stock, and also can we freeze it, and what's the best way to do it? Just by the way. Yeah.
So what I like doing is, especially when I'm making stock, I do keep stock for a very, very long time. I like try to, when I get the inspiration, I'll make like a big pot of stock, and then I'll divide it, and I'll actually end up using that stock for about 6 months or even longer. So by nature, I always end up making stock in winter. It's like stock season, soups and stuff like that. So what I do is I take a chicken, and then I put it in cold water, and I add my murappa, which is your carrots, onion, celery. You just gave it Africans morappa.
Morappa, baby, yeah.
It's murappa. I'm just checking the cameraman. Did we say anything bad? It's not a swear word. Okay.
Sure.
So all your aromatics go into a pot, and then on a low heat, what happens? You're going to slowly start extracting all the flavor of the chickens. It's going to marry with the aromatics in the pot. It's going to give you a stock.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And then once it's had about 2 hours of going, take the chicken out and then start reducing it. You're going to concentrate the flavor. Okay. And what you need to do is get it on a.
How do you reduce it? Keep it on low heat, huh?
Keep it on low heat, then it just do its thing, okay? Yeah. And you discard everything that was inside and you get this beautiful liquid, and that's your stock. Let that reduce to intensify the flavor. Then get a big, I say oven tray, or just anything that's got a large surface area, pour that in there so it can drop down in temperature. You don't want to freeze or put something in the fridge, it's still hot. So drop the temperature as quick as possible, and then you can freeze that in the bag. The last one, just very, very, very quickly. Butchers sell bones. I go to my butcher at Woolies. He knows me when I give him that look. He knows.
Oh,
okay,
meaty
cool.
bones,
Marrow
man.
bones,
Yeah.
meaty bones. You know what's up. And sometimes there's a bit of flavor on there as well. But to get extra flavor on it, roast the bones first.
An epic bang for your buck as well,
Like
yeah?
it's literally, I think it's like 10 rand for like.
Sometimes it's just like, just please take this. I got no more space.
Absolutely. You know.
Sure, get a
and
friend.
that stock is amazing. And also, it's just like, you know, when you're feeling a bit sick, you're feeling a bit down, you don't have an appetite, or when someone's not feeling good. A bowl of that stuff is just like, what's up? And then you're feeling yourself again.
A bowl of broth.
A bowl of broth.
Yeah.
So definitely cool that down first to room temperature, get it in the bag, label the bag first, then get the liquid in there, pop it in the freezer, and it keeps for so long. I love that question. Stocks.
Nice. Hope that answers your question, of course. Oh, yes, the line.
Oh, the questions are coming.
Woo. Clem Chef's assistant, this is the Culinary Hotline. Bling, how may I help you? What is your conundrum today?
Good morning, Chef. My name is Andrew Ling.
Good morning, Angeline. How are you? Thank you for calling in. What's your conundrum?
If I freeze butternut or pumpkin and I want to use it again, it's very, very watery.
Okay,
Right, so
I got you. I
excuse
got
the
that question.
aliens that are invading
I got
the house.
that question.
Butternut and?
Pumpkin.
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 How do you freeze it? So here's the thing. If you're going to freeze butternut and pumpkin, and you want to freeze it raw, the first thing you want to do is you want to take the skin off, you want to take the seeds out. You don't want to struggle with, number one, frozen butternut pumpkin, then try to take the skin off.
And the
it
seeds?
also goes to mushy. The seeds as well, just get them out, okay? So essentially all you're left with is the actual flesh of what you want to use, what you want to consume. Then dice it then. You don't want to dice it afterwards because the texture just change a little bit. And you're going to struggle a little bit. It's going to go a bit mushy. You're not going to like it. So dice everything. All your root vegetables, your butternut, your beetroot, your pumpkin, whatever you are, like the carrots and onions exactly, peel them, get the seeds out, dice it. And I love the fact that you brought up other vegetables because you can freeze vegetables with a low water content. I'm saying that, so don't go and try and freeze cabbage.
What'll happen, actually?
It just goes, fillet.
Okay, I got you.
Don't you say more? Yeah, there we go. Don't do it. Don't do it. So
right.
the root vegetables are great because they're nice, sturdy, hearty vegetables, and they freeze really, really well. So I love that
All right,
question.
Angeline, thank you so much for coming through. I hope that answers your question. Dice them up, take the skin off and the seeds, and voila, there you have
Voila.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think we've got a little bit of time, so I'm going to do this like really, really, really quickly.
Please, yes, please.
Okay,
More tips,
so
please.
I'm not going to do the demonstration, but I spoke about it earlier. The dough that we have, we made this earlier, okay? All you have to do with this dough, and again, my philosophy, flat pack everything. We get this in a baggie, flat pack it, make sure you got the date in it, because this, after a year, you're going to be like, what is this in the freezer?
This rock.
And then exactly, no. Make sure you label it. It goes in the freezer.
Hey, no!
I love the
told you
questions.
the
Go,
line
go,
is
go, go, go.
popping off. All right, let's do it. This is Chef Clem's assistant. This is the Culinary Hotline. Bling, how may I help you? Who's speaking?
Hello.
Hello there. Who may I ask is calling?
Hi, this is Tweedad speaking.
Good morning, Widad. How are you doing?
Well, thanks, and you?
Fantastic. What's your question for this morning for the chef?
I just want to add to what he's been talking about, these kitchen hacks. I've been doing the rice thing for a very long time, and it works like a bomb, because especially if you are a working mom and you come home, or you can take it out in the morning even, then pop to uncle. Besides that, I also do my cheese. I grate my cheese and I put them in Ziploc bags. I even braise meat and I put them in Ziploc bags and put them in the freezer. And I grate tomatoes. And yeah, there's quite a few other things that I do, but I just want to say it makes your life so much easier.
It does.
What are you doing on that
Coming
side?
home from work and then you just take...
She didn't say a bad word. That was just the
I
phone.
hope we didn't lose her, but I'm wondering why is she even sitting on that side of the line?
She should come
Those
and
are like
visit
the
us.
best tips I've had for this conundrum.
She actually gave some good points. She said that she actually braised meat and she gets that into the freezer as well. So if you make a stew and there's meaty bits in there as well, you can absolutely freeze it. I'm using double hands because it's like an infomercial zone. Okay, but you also...
cool now.
She also mentioned the cheese. You can freeze hard cheese like your cheddar, your Gouda, your Edam, your Swiss. These things you can freeze in the freezer. You can freeze them whole. What I like doing is I actually like freezing them, first grating it and then freezing it. So what that means is it's kind of like, as you need it, you can break off those little sprinkles that you need versus taking it out and then like just, working with a cold block of cheese. That works really well.
Love it.
They're counting me down. Garlic and ginger. Garlic and ginger. When you get your garlic and ginger, put it in the freezer. I'm telling you, just microplane it straight into the dish that you're using and you're good. And we're done. South Africa, your hacks.
Zanzi, there you
Calling in.
have it again. With that, thank you so much for coming through with those tips. We unfortunately lost you on the line, but everybody that called in, it's been an absolute magic session. Chef Clem, or Clem Chef as they say, thank you for the tips. Thank you for the efficiency. I'm going to be doing this. And Zanzi, you heard it here first. It's the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Ching, ching, ching!